If she can land her searing brilliance and then have the golden eclipse coming down at the same time as the Hound's Pursuit is there for the follow-up, you do so. This is the hardest counter for Yorick top, man. I hated playing into this when I was doing my Yorick top challenge.
Okay, so I will say, I don't agree. Just going to show up and get blasted, and we have the longest game of MSI in game one, very back and forth. G2 comes out on top.
Flash forward from Carrier into the Bone Skewer, and Ona's here for the chase. He won't even be needed, but lands the Darking Daggers and does take the kill.
It is always, we actually can't spend the time to clean the dragon now, so they are forced back by that disengage.
Oh, Grand Star full flash forward as there was a flash away from Doran, but Broken Blade's here for the chase. Caps across the wall with the Scatter the Weak as well. Won't allow the Undertaker out. It's Hell in a Cell, and G2 one of these grubs. Don't have the smite on Ona, but will manage to take it, so it will be a 1-for-2 grub exchange as Broken Blade, after teleporting, looks like he is just going to go top. Pays and Carrier have been swapped up to that lane. Summer's going to be left to his own devices against the Yorick down in that bottom side.
Yep, you can see Doran has his ult back up and just trying to get to level 11 where that
Last Rites can do quite a bit of work. There is the Maiden helping as well, of course.
God,
it's going to be incredibly close between these two as the first tower of the game is so
Oner's coming.
Ono comes across. It will be T1. They'll get it with the Last Rites. G2 just 2 seconds too late.
And that's all that counts. And they're able to get it. You know, you can see Oner wasn't 100% confident that they were going to get it in a 2v2, so he's like, all right, I'll get down
it as well. You can manipulate how much it steps forward, how much it steps back as Lebrov and Caps look for Faker on this bottom side. Unleash power onto Faker, takes him down to a third. Carrier on the flank, though. Lebrov will land the stun onto Oner, stopping T1's idea of taking this fight. G2 investing 4 players around here for now, as Caps perhaps will just look for the Crystalline overgrowth as Faker wisely walks away from the Dark Sphere and the Force of Will.
It's actually the Crystalline overgoat that he was going for there.
Oh, they jump onto Caps. It's Carrier, death from below as Caps is taken out. Lebrov trying to chase out this Pike. Hans Summer on his way through the magical journey. Carrier needs some fancy feet to get away, and Hans Summer comes in to secure the kill. A lot of gold to Hans Summer there as Skewmond and Ona butt heads in the river. And both of them able to escape the flash from Skewmond enough to keep him alive.
The stat sheet will show a solo kill for Carrier, but of course, Caps was very low.
Skewmond just to the side of the Searing Brilliance. And with the Tempered Fate, Pays rebuts Lebrov. Solar Snare out as well as Faker is looking for more. He has the flash and Skewmond now in range. The Aegis Assault, no movement speed for him. Faker takes it. Hans Summer now needs to get the hell out of dodge, but T1 are collapsing perfectly. The flash across the wall.
Here comes
Where's Carrier? Pike can smell blood in the water. A Bone Skewer goes to Narnia, but it didn't need to hit. Faker takes the kill.
Yeah, Faker looks so good on these sort of champions where he can get out on the map, where he can roam, where he can really play. Just so proactive, right? You know, just getting busy on the map here, moving around with T1. They're looking for Caps.
Phantom on the toe, Carrier down to Caps as Ona tries to trade back in. Lebrov going the long way around, looking for the Caretaker's blessing, and it will be enough. The magical journey. Ona still dashing, a Darking Dagger will get him with the bleed, but Caps gets a shutdown in response. Meanwhile, Broken Blade trying to survive on the top side as Pays brings down the golden eclipse, but it's
his team to keep this guy off of him. Obviously, you can sidestep as much as you want, but that's only going to do so much.
G2 are TPing Broken Blade in here. Oh, great dodge with the call of the pack as Broken Blade tries to step forward onto Faker, who will just walk away. Doran, their next target, shield rolled in from Skewmond. Doran flashes into the back of the Herald Pit. The rest of T1 now trying to collapse on Caps and Lebrov, but Doran is just nom by Broken Blade. G2 wrest control of the Herald Pit out of T1's hands, and it looks like T1 have given up the ghost on it.
Yeah, that was really well played there by G2. They just kind of came in and they split up T1. They push back Faker as well as Doran on one side. Dragon here, and we'll find out if that early work on the Dragons is going to be rewarded by a powerful soul. G2 definitely hoping it will not be, but it is Ocean, which definitely not the one that T1 are hoping for. They're a relatively squishy team. Ocean not going to do much for champions like Nefiri and Mel and Pike, but any soul is a valuable soul.
Death from below used for the stun with the Realm Warp follow-up. Caps, you can unleash whatever power you want, but Faker and Carrier combine to take him out.
Start to push Faker ahead. BB trying to get some gold back on the other side of the map, and he is the big advantage for the team. He has got to be the guy who is creating space for those carries, getting into the mix, but you don't want to overextend because this champion is so slow, so low on mobility.
Grand Starfall onto Faker. T1 running up through the river, but Faker's running the wrong direction and has no Realm Warp to get out of this one. They might try and just give it over to Caps. Skewmon autos one more time. Caps is here. The shutdown does go to Skew. Meanwhile, Culling used into the rebuttal. Broken Blade tried to trade onto Pace. Hans Sommer dashes in, and Carrier is devoured. The Temper Fate not quite in time to save him from the bleed as G2
find a window to punish their opponents.
The push comes in from T1, and with the grub damage, the tower will fall. Faker walks in to make sure it does as the mid-tier
pressure. Faker still pushing bot for now. Does have the Realm Warp.
Maiden pulled back with the force of will. Taken out with the charge from the Herald, and even with the Dark Perception, Skewmon's still able to get away. Look at Faker coming up. He's going to have the Realm Warp, but look at Doran. He has nothing left. Another charge here. It's Caps riding the Herald towards the tower there. The plates, rebuttal out. Faker still waiting to see if he can come across with the Temper Fate hitting, and pays with no escape. BB on a rampage. This Cho'Gath is unstoppable as Owners forced to eviscerate away as G2 eviscerate T1.
Yeah, T1 getting punished so heavily there. I think Doran really didn't realize the amount of health on that tower, and now G2 are just going to go to Baron because he thought he could defend there, but the tower was one shot by the Herald, and now this is problems for T1. They're just going to decide to give it, but T1, it was dead even just a minute ago, and now it is going to be an over 2.5k gold lead here for G2 as Doran dies for free, and then the rest of T1 kind of caught off guard, and it felt like overstayed their welcome. Pays goes down as well.
Importantly for T1, they will get an Ocean Drake. They are on soul point now as Doran has stepped forward, and a Grand Starfall into a shield bolt. Oh, Doran, you just got back out on the map! Skewmon with his second, and for T1, things are falling apart.
They are, especially for Doran and maybe Pays.
Puts the rebuttal down. They haven't unleashed power from Caps, but he held onto it. Bone Skewer out. G2 will settle with 4 plates out of that tower as Broken Blade the target for Faker and Ona, but BB might just win this in the 1v2. Feral Scream dodged away from TP behind as Caps looks to join the play, and Tier 1's desperation has turned into G2's desert. Caps comes across, Ona out from the unleashed power, a Realm Warp out from Faker. The Scream. It's looking like G2 with this Baron push are gonna go to about 5.5k ahead. The Red Bull Baron power play still 90 seconds remaining on it here as Zale. The gold exploding.
I mean, you never want to count T1 out, but this game is starting to look very, very grim for them. Doran has been completely useless on this Yorick. Really put down and not able to do anything in these team fights, and they just can't get past the Cho'Gath. I mean, look at him. He's just standing in their face, tanking all the damage while tower after tower dies. Doran's still pushing top, and we can see it in the Coinbase gold grind. Massive lead for Broken Blade. Owner's trying to threaten something, but T1 at least clear out that wave and buy some time for Doran to get some towers.
Good damage from the Spell Flux out of the Rise. It was bouncing onto Hans Sommer, onto Caps, and Broken Blade can't block that.
And a big spike for Faker is going to be coming. Is that 8 stacks
something across here to see perhaps if we can find a steal. Quarter of the pack will jump him out of any CC possibilities, but in the end, G2 do get...
And that is exactly what they're trying to do. They want Doran to TP at the very least.
Doran's still pushing through the bot side right now. Broken Blade pulled back into the Baron pit. Carrier there, Grand Starfall towards the backline as they go for Ona. Tempered Fate hitting onto 2 as well. G2 looking for the fight instead. The knock-up from Broken Blade means that Pays has no place to go. Doran does TP, but too late to save anyone. Another knock-up, another Doran death as G2 find 2 around the Baron.
The Yorick has just been digging his own grave this game time and time again as G2 making it look easy, and Labrov has been catching everyone with these ults. The 2-man ult on Pays and Faker post-Pays flash means that it is just lights out for T1 in that fight. Owner trying to find a way in, but this is not a 50-50. I just don't see it happening.
I mean, Broken Blade is the one marking him, so if Owner could get past BB towards the Baron, it would have been, but G2 do secure their second of the game.
It's hard to play Pyke in the late game in times like this.
Bone Skewer onto Broken Blade. Rupture coming down. There's a Solar Snare for the follow-up, and Faker's here from the side trying to machine gun down this Cho'Gath, but Faker realizes there's only one big dog here as Broken Blade's going to force him away. The Temper Fate hits the backline, and G2 pounce. Pays Blaze brings out a golden eclipse, but there's only darkness for T1 as Carrier is forced away, and the culling finds the Undertaker. Yorick down, 3 down, G2 pushing through mid.
G2 are about to bring us the match point here. Carrier's trying to cut the wave, but they still have the Baron cannon. G2 just have to defend it and push in for the win.
BB is absolutely massive. The Hound's pursuit does nothing against G2. It is 1 away from glory, 1 away from their first best of 5 win against T1 in 7 years. G2